Once Thomas Babington Macaulay said that a single shelf of a good European library is worth more than the whole native literature of India and Arabia. Maybe he had never seen this single pillar, which is a complete library in itself, filled with the knowledge of metallurgy, advanced engineering, sculpting, rock tumbling and unexplainable architecture. Just look at this strange pillar inside the Chennakeshwara temple in Tamil Nadu. Archaeological Survey of India and government organizations have confirmed that it was built as a rotating pillar 900 years ago by ancient builders. But the pillar stopped rotating about 300 years ago. At first instance, the pillar looks like a metal cylinder, but after giving it a closer look, you will realize that it is made of stone. It's fascinating to note that there are many carvings and idols in ancient Indian temples and architecture that incorporate rotating objects. This indicates that Indians were not only aware of the rotating mechanism, but also knew how to make it work for centuries without maintenance. While it's relatively easy to make rotating carvings with metals, creating them with stones requires a great deal of precision and knowledge. In this video, we will talk about some rotating objects existing in Indian temples one by one. So let's start the video. To understand this, first of all, we need to understand the rotating mechanism. In modern days, to rotate two objects that correspond to each other, we use ball bearings. A ball bearing is a type of rolling element that uses balls to maintain the separation between the bearing races. The purpose of a ball bearing is to reduce rotational friction and support radial and axial loads. It achieves this by using at least two races to contain the balls and transmit the loads through the balls. In most applications, one race is stationary and the other is attached to the rotating assembly, for example a hub or shaft. As one of the bearing races rotates, it causes the balls to rotate as well. Nowadays we use 5 types of ball bearings. These are called as ball bearings: cylindrical roller bearing, spherical roller bearing, tapered roller bearing, needle roller bearing. Now just look at the bottom and you can see a small gap. If you look inside, you can see small stone balls. Some of them are still intact, even though most of the stone balls have been crushed. These are the ball bearings on which the pillar was used to rotate. Today, in modern technology, to move these types of two cylindrical objects we need thrust bearing, or thrust ball bearing, where balls are placed between two rotating parts to reduce friction. But we use metal balls instead of stone. On the top of the pillar also, you can see the exact same gap. Yes, there are ball bearings there too, confirming that it was built as a rotating pillar. Let's talk about the second moving pillar. This is a column made of stone at Yamai Mandir, Aund, Satara, Maharashtra. To set up something like this, there has to be a rotating mechanism, and it is not easy to set this up in stone because you cannot open it afterwards and put lubricant inside. To have a rotating mechanism made of stone, you need to have advanced knowledge in engineering. They seem to be supporting pillars, but actually are pivoted. This is another rotating pillar located at Thiruvija Mahadeva Temple, located at Thiruvija, around 5 kilometers southwest of Cherthala town in Alappuzha district, Kerala. This pillar is still in fully rotating condition, while the temple is nearly 1300 years old. The temple is dedicated to Lord Shiva. These granite pillars look quite different. It is not only because they are very ancient, but every pillar is made of 5 different stone blocks, and these tire-like blocks are individually rotatable. This stone block can be rotated like a tire in the axle of a car, and these blocks are all at least 1263 years old. And how are these blocks still rotating even after 1200 years? To rotate this type of mechanism, we need cylindrical roller bearings. This temple is found in the heart of an ancient Indian city, Sri Rangaswamy Temple, Bangalore, and this temple was built 1263 years ago. But some experts claim that this temple is even much older than this. Here is a column that has small holes through which you can insert your finger. As you can see, there is a stone ball inside it, and you can move it up and down. But you cannot pull the ball out through these tiny holes. You can only move it inside the hollow column. Carving is amazing, but the bigger question is, how did they manage to put this ball inside this pillar? If you claim that this is carved, then how did they manage to scoop out the rock that was inside through these small holes? More surprisingly, the ball is completely circular. No edge or deformity is existing there in the carving. How efficient they were in their work. This is a ball inside a pillar carved out of a single stone. As you can see, the ball is entirely circular and has a shiny surface. You can only touch it, can do it up and down and rotate this ball, but can't remove it from this pillar. It is believed that this temple is 1500 years old and was built and renovated by the kings of the Hoysala, Chola and Pandyan dynasties. This temple is situated on the northern bank of the river Kollidam. Recently known as Matrurai Varadeswara Temple, Tiruvasi. Tiruvasi is located at a distance of about 13 kilometers from Trichy, Tamil Nadu. There is another ancient temple in a place called Uthirakosamangai. This is at least 1200 years old. There is a ball inside a lion's mouth. You can roll the ball, you can rotate it, but you cannot pull it out of the lion's mouth. What's more bizarre? The lion is made of solid granite, but the ball inside is made of a type of rock called onyx. So how was this ball put inside the lion's mouth, and why are we not able to pull this ball out? Here is a snake's mouth wide open, and the mouth is held open because Lord Vishnu's conch shell is placed between its upper and lower jaw. But you can rotate this conch. It spins very well, much better than some modern rotating devices. Now let us look at one of the most iconic megalithic structures in the World Heritage Site of Hampi. This is a gigantic stone chariot standing about 15 feet tall and 10 feet wide and weighs more than 120 tons. Look at how each wheel is made of a separate stone block and they are set up on the axles, like a real working chariot. The chariot appears to be not built as a decorative or religious structure. Rather, it is built like a real vehicle, made of several parts which are assembled together. But the wear and tear marks on the wheel clearly shows that this chariot was moving once. Here we'll end the video. If you liked the video, please write it down in the comment box. And if you want a second part of it, please write about that also. For more details, you can visit our website encryptedpast.com or follow us on Instagram. We will meet you soon with another wonderful video.